Be very careful who you talk to, because you'll never know who the informant is, who the cooperating witness may be, and you never know, somebody who was a friend today may have been flipped the night before and become your enemy tomorrow.
About humanity, putting truth in these lies, while they busy feeding lies. When you got that tunnel vision, gotta open up your eyes. Wake up and go to sleep. Man, I'm praying all times. And to my guys, ain't no other side. This for my brothers, I'ma pray we all shine. Lock the door. Go ahead, lock the door. Lock the door. Go ahead, lock the door. Yeah, you already know.
Depending on the lessons, some people eat, some people learn. But the game is going to send you a bill. Lock the door.
Professor Melly Mel, the Hood Postman. Who I'm here with today?
Hurdle.
Man, Hurdle. Good to be here, man.
Yeah, God bless you, man.
How did you get the name Hurdle? Let's get into that.
I was going to 20th Street School at the time, and like I said last time, we was in the drums, and to that point of Hurdle, I was jumping up at trees, buildings, gates, and some of my friends named Irvin Owens, Baby Duck, Duff, we all played basketball at 22nd Park. And I just started jumping benches like this and jumping gates, and that's how I got my name.
So you was a speed demon.
Yeah, man. They couldn't catch me. They had to try.
You mentioned 22nd Park. Would that be in the 20s?
Yeah, that would be in the 20s.
That's
yeah.
Outlaws, right?
Yeah, that's Outlaw neighborhood. Yeah.
So you grew up with the Outlaws?
Yeah, around in that area. Yeah, right off of 21st and Hooper. Mm-hmm. Right there.
And what age were you over there?
Let me see, because we stayed around the corner when I was 3. It's a brown house, and then we moved around the corner when I was 4. So I was around there around about 3 or 4 years old, from around the corner to another house.
And what was it like growing up with the 20s? Because I know the Outlaws came out in the 70s.
Yes, they did. Well, I knew a lot of guys that was on the swimming team. And I was a swimmer. That's how I started. A man named Flynn Anderson. He threw me in the pool. I couldn't swim. So within 3 weeks, I started swimming on the swimming team at 22nd Park. And that's how everything started, getting into flag football, baseball, basketball, football. I had a lot of fun as a kid, man.
But what was the 20s like? I'm trying to figure out what were they doing, or because it seemed like you didn't get involved with them, but at the same time you were around them.
Around them, yeah. Well, they knew who I was. They knew my mom and dad, Mr. and Mrs. Eldridge on 21st and Hooper. And they knew I was in church. They knew I mind my own business. I don't bother them. And one of my homeboy named Lorenzo, I just talked to him, man. We was talking about that not too long ago. He said, come on, let's get in. I said, man, you crazy, man. But they was cool with me. They didn't bother me too much. Everybody was cool, but they really wanted me to come a part of them. But I said, no, because I'm not trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want nobody coming to my house. So I gave them respect, they gave me respect, and we were just cool like that.
So you went to school with them, though? What schools did you go to?
20th Street School, all the way from 70 to 77. Then we went to Carver from 77 going to the first year of 78. There was a couple of them there with me. But then that time when the Crip neighborhood was around with them Trey Deuces, them Deuces and the 5 Deuces, they was at Carver too. So, you know, I knew some of them.
Who were some of them that you knew?
OG Bo, knew Kenny Fly. Good friends of mine. We grew up, and we all danced together, me and Kenny Fly.
What about Bert Train and Ken?
Yeah, Bert Train. I knew Bert Train. I knew Third World, Whitey. I knew all them. They knew I was there. And I remember the ball went out towards the gate, and look who came down the street, Bert Train. He said, ain't your name Hurdle? I said, yeah. I said, hey, Bert Train, how you know me? He said, man, everybody know you. He said, your name ranging from 50 to 40 to the 70, 80 neighborhood for dancing. I said, what? I said, I don't be over there. And that's how everybody started knowing who I was as a dancer.
So who did you know from 20s?
Well, I knew Reggie Heat, like I said last time. I knew his brother Bob. We all played ball together.
Did you know the Twymans?
That sounds familiar. That found some Sterling Blue. He's a good friend of mine. They stay over there by all people across from 22nd. James Green, he was my locking teacher. He stayed on the other side. Caulfields, all of them. Yeah.
So would that be, with the 20s, would that be part of the Bottoms as well, or?
Well, the Bottoms was over at 41st by Ross Snyder.
Okay.
But if you look at it, it's all connected because we all in that era, but we two different places, that's why.
So what do they call the 20s, just the 20s?
Just the 20s, yeah.
And then when you get to the 30s?
And that's the 30s.
Just the 30s.
30s.
But the 40s are the Bottoms.
Bottom, at least those bottoms, yeah.
That's interesting.
That is interesting, yeah.
Did you go to Jeff?
Yeah, I went to Jeff 1981, got there in 80, you know, after the school year is over from 80, then going into 81.
What was the gang life at Jeff at that time?
Well, I heard it was deep, and I've experienced it. It was a couple of people from the Pueblos, Villains was up there. I had a cousin named Jesse James, he's dead now. He went to school, and that brother would fight, man. I'm talking about fight.
And what was he from?
Villain.
Villain.
51st and Villain, yeah. He was
okay, the Villains.
Yeah.
Okay. At what point did you decide, okay, I don't want to be a gangbanger,
right,
but somehow I'm attracted to this new dance?
Yeah,
yeah. So what was that like?
I was still dancing. Remember, I was still dancing when I left the 20s, and then I moved up to 47th and Hooper, and my father got remarried over again. My sister stayed on 53rd and Compton. So I had to go see my sister, and a lot of them homies, they knew me from over there because they knew my family, the Transylvanians. And they still over there, and I go visit my niece every now and then. But when they see me, hey, Hurdle, what's up? You get out? They'll put the music on. I get down right down the street, just be locked, getting down. And they knew I went into that, but they tried. But, you know, and I would tell them, look, don't touch me, I don't touch you. Let's keep peace. Let's keep on going.
So what you saying that the Bloods tried to get you, the Crips tried to get you,
yeah,
but you were Hurdle.
I was just Hurdle. That was me, because nobody couldn't beat me running in the neighborhood. They tried to catch me. I hit a corner by the time they do what they gonna do, I'm gone. So that's how I know how to do. I ran track in high school, so you know that was me.
So you became, you were known as a track star,
Yeah,
and then,
yeah.
Okay, but you was known before the track star,
Yeah.
you was known for
Dancing, yeah. I would get down at parties, contests in the houses. They would pay us $25 who win, the old gangsters and stuff, and then we did contests at the park, and that's how I got known.
Do you think being part of the dance crew helped defend you from being part of gang life?
Yeah, really did.
Explain it.
Well, I believe if you're going to be a part of something, you be fully all the way in it. Not part, not 3/4, all the way, Billy, in it. But I just choose to stay and keep my head level in the dancing skill because that was me. It's like a glove. Like I told you last, it's like a glove. It fitted me, but I still knew the homies, and they were still trying, but I didn't let that stop me. I just kept going.
So why do today's kids think it's something of value to become a gang member versus to become a doctor, a scientist,
right,
engineer,
right,
lawyer,
right,
or architect? Why do these kids think that maybe because is it because of the hip hop? I don't know. What is pushing that narrative to why?
Well, they don't have the leadership in the family. So when they don't have the leadership of the family, of the fathers, they make their own decision. But most fathers that been in the gang or a Crip or Blood, they tell them, this is a part of life you want to get in. Look for the result because it ain't what you think it is. And then when things happen, you know, they thinking about it. Then the light go off. No, it's too late now. So you done turned into it, so you got to deal with it. What comes with the registry, you know?
It's interesting that they seem to place a value, you know what I mean? Because the market, buyers and sellers determine the market.
That's correct.
On anything, right?
That's correct.
So, but it is, I don't know how gang culture became so valuable in the mindset.
Right.
Because what I'm seeing is they follow trends.
Yeah.
And they follow who they like.
That's correct.
So we're lacking guidance. We lacking proper, because they say proper preparation prevent poor performance, right?
Right.
there's no preparation within the school system to help deter them from going in that direction. I don't know, because when there's a way when you see these kids, you can see it on them, right? You can see it on them, but how did that get on them?
Well, they have brothers and sisters already been doing it for years, 20 or 30 years. And we have seen it, you know, over the years. Then my father used to say, like, monkey see, monkey do. Not calling them monkey, but that's what they do. And they pick up that trend. It's like a cancer. If a cancer it spread, right? So once they get a hold of just the taste of it, it lights up.
I gotta push back on that argument though, Hurdle, because here's why.
Right.
Your brother was a gangbanger.
Yes, he was.
What did you do?
Well, did the same thing.
No, but you didn't gangbang.
But I didn't. But I had a choice and a decision. So it's a choice I wanted to make to try it, but it wasn't my decision. I just fell into it at that time. So I'm trying to walk the path he did. Nobody didn't make me. That was my own decision. So I'm telling the kids now, if you get into that situation, you follow it and you win it, don't get back out of it, because you don't cross the mark now. But if you got a chance to run from it and you're thinking about doing it, don't do it. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So at what point did you decide that, okay, you was almost caught up with this gang stuff.
Yeah.
Then you became a dancer. Then you was known for being a speed demon. You was a hurdle. They call you Hurdle. You was running for Jeff.
Right.
Then you start taking on another identity. You started being part of the pastoral. You became a pastor. How did that happen?
That happened about 90. I'm still living in Los Angeles. I left Vegas for April 95. It happened. I had a case. Came up the month of October. Me and the fella got in by a guy fooling with my niece, and he said something. I came to the house and minded my business, and he don't know I'm by drawers of other fellas, as I say, and the Pointy brothers, I'll say. And my great nephew had told me, don't say nothing, David. So he had said something, and I snapped. And when I snapped, we took it outside, and we threw down. Yes, we did. And I told him, let me be, man. That's my niece. And he said something, I said something. And when he hit me, we went into it. And I began to do something I didn't want to do and got caught up. And went to jail, to the glass house on First and Temple.
I remember the glass house.
Yeah, it's towed down. Now I looked at it. I went to go by there one day and check it out. It's gone now. But I got caught up and finally went to jail. And a friend of mine named Keith Kennedy knew I went in. He said, Hurdle, what's up? I said, what's up, man? I said, did something I shouldn't do. But sometimes you don't want to do what you shouldn't do, but you got to let guys know. Quit playing with me. See, people want to play with folk all the time and with their feelings. And then when you light up and do what you need to do, things happen. And that's what happened to me. I got caught up.
What's your thoughts about today? Because seem like hip hop and gang culture has formed a marriage, a union.
Yeah, it has, because you got two different entities now. You got the hip hop, you got the break dancing, you got the pop locking, and you got, I call it a white boy because they do dance like that, right? So everybody was doing, at that time, was doing their own thing, but different places. But still in that same arena, you got somebody as a gangster. You see what I'm saying? So you can't run from it. It's just there. So what we gonna run from? Do we need to run from the devil? No, we come against the devil at all choices. So it's the choices that we make.
And will you see us in the next 5 years?
Well, that's a good one there. Well, the next 5 years, I believe that if we stay positive and keep our head with God in it and keep our mind together, we'll make it. Because that's the only one we can talk to is him. The devil don't mean us no good. He's trying to take us every which way out. But it's how you let him in. He's like a slithering snake. He'll come in and make you think one way in which it ain't. And this is why a lot of brothers are caught up in the system of anger, murder, this, that, or whatever it may be. But nobody don't tell you to go over there and do certain things. You go over there because you think you let to do it. But it's the consequences behind it. This is what I'm saying. It's consequences for everything and actions that you do.
Your message to the kids today?
Well, to the young folks, I would tell y'all to stay positive and Whatever you want to do in life and be in life, you can do it, but don't let nothing persuade you. Because if you live that lifestyle, you got to deal with the consequences, the time, the year, and extension of the length of time. We all know that it ain't good, and we know it ain't bad either. But certain choices that you make comes on your decision. So I just tell you, God bless, and just stay neutral and be yourself, and you'll make it.
And with that being said, Professor Melly Mel, the Hood Post, man, I'm gonna end it with this. There's no one like you. There's never been anyone like you.
That's right.
There shall never be anyone like you.
Right.
Therefore, knowledge of thyself, be yourself.
Just be yourself.
And authenticity is everything.
That's it.
With that being said, lock the door.
Let me say this before we go, Millie, to my homeboy Gizmo. What's up, dog? You want to be shout out to all the people that know me. God bless y'all. And I wish y'all a blessed day, a blessed year, a blessed hour, that God will be your friend for the rest of your life.
Man, with that being said, man, be good, be safe.
Yes, sir.
And give yourself a chance.
Yes, sir. Give yourself a chance.
And don't be in your own way.
That's it.
Lock the door.
Lock the door.
Cali Miners, baby. Proof of grind all the time. Music money. Got a dollar sign. Hub City.
I'm a street nigga, streets fuck with me. I'ma keep pushing products till the feds get me. It's guap off top, diamond Cartier. That nigga wall won't give a broke bitch the time of day. They see me climbing, they see me shining. That's hard work, proof of grinding. New money got me tipping in that 550. Ali, bad man, and I'm so pretty. I got that tech with me, that's my hater sprayer. Go big, grind now, nigga, play later. What can I say? I'm addicted to this paper stacking, and I don't talk about it, I just make it happen.